So I'm very excited to be doing these talks online. I'm usually with you in person. We're usually having a conversation, and now things seem a little bit more exciting because in any given week I could be giving a talk in South Africa, where which is home for me. I could be giving a talk in Europe or in North America, where I'm currently based, and uh, and that could happen across 3 or 4 days, right? But what I think makes this more meaningful than under normal circumstances is that we get to learn what everybody's thinking wherever they are, and we get to use all those insights in each subsequent conversation to have a more meaningful discussion about what's shifting for us and how we're looking at work next. And so I have realized that there is a new psychology of work that's emerging. And I think if you look at how people were motivated to work at companies in the past, and maybe even since the early days of the corporate environment as we know it, was based on the idea that when you were hired, you'd be able to stay on forever. We hire you and we want to keep you, right? But under this new psychology is, we're hiring you and we want you to stay if you're currently here, but tomorrow could be your last day, right? And how do you motivate people when tomorrow could be their last day? I think this is quite a fascinating conversation around how we work with people in such a way as to meet our business goals, but at the same time have them feel like they're committed to the job in a way that makes sense for them. And so I'm reminded of a story that I came across while I was at a talk with the VP of HR at LinkedIn. And she said, when we hire people at LinkedIn, we say, welcome, we're really happy to have you here. But we know that you have other aspirations in life. We know that you have other things that you want to achieve and that you may not want to be here forever. And so why don't you tell us what those things are? And why don't we help you connect with all the people that you need and access all the tools and skills that might be useful to you in order for you to rise up and kind of jump into that next part of your dream or your career. And they did research on this, and it turned out that for people who were onboarded in this way versus those who were not, those people actually stayed longer at the company. They were actually more committed to the company, right? Because it turns out that when you give people the freedom to be who they are, that's when they give their best, and that's when they want to stick around. And so an counterintuitive idea like that is something that may have seemed like a luxury idea, I think, before this period that we've entered into. But as we look forward to the next 12 to 18 months, we might consider that onboarding people and managing people in a way that they also know we're helping them with their growth, not just within the company, not just to the next job in the company, but maybe to life beyond the company, might be the most honest way of managing the workplace. And it might be a way of working that puts people most at ease. Because if they know that you're helping them grow or be relevant in the workplace at large, over and beyond what you've hired them for, that will make them more committed to the goals that you're setting out for them each day. Because then they know that there is life beyond this, or if I have to leave this, then at least I'm taken care of, at least I'm relevant, if you will. And so whether you are a CEO or a C-level director looking to change the way that you manage performance, or looking to motivate people under this new lens, or maybe you're an HR person and you're looking to onboard people and let people go in a new and meaningful way, right? We don't have to take this so personally, like this letting go. This is now the reality over the next 12 to 18 months, that we might let you go any day, and we can do this in much more meaningful ways. Or maybe you're a manager and you're thinking about how to better run your one-to-ones. How would you manage people's fears or help them design their careers in ways that are connected to their current job but to life beyond their current job? These are some interesting things that we're going to be talking about, and we're going to be pulling some research from some companies that are doing this really well. We're going to get an understanding of how this works in practice, and pretty much how you can take this very high-level philosophical conversation into some really tactical action items to implement straight away. So look forward to talking about this.